Filipino Lost Media is an interesting topic. From GMA's Rainbow ID to lost creepy commercials, there are tons of Filipino Lost Media out there. I already covered several Filipino Lost Media last October. But since you guys want a part 2, I present you Pieces of Filipino Lost Media Part 2.
680 Home Appliances is a Filipino appliance store established in 1968 in Santa Cruz, Manila. Throughout the years, the commercials were made advertising the store, with one commercial with Bart Marcelo dressed as a sultan, which is available on the web.
Tayo'y magtungo, tayo'y manikuro, kahit na sino, kayang-kayang mamili.
There's also another lost commercial involving Rod Navarro. However, another commercial is believed to be lost and several eyewitnesses only remembers the commercial. According to one eyewitness, the commercial starts in a black background with a mechanism of an electric fan, then zooms into a gear that moves, a gas stove, and a finished star-starred electric fan. Then, an evolution of the 680 Home Appliances logo happened, hands shaking, appliances displayed, family shopping together with appliances shown, and a girl walked and jumped. Then fades to the 680 logo, moving position with a king sound, piano sound, and after it pauses a second in a black background with the logo on the top and the slogan, "Serving you for more than 25 years. The said commercial also has ominous humming core music and a creepy voiceover. According to eyewitnesses too, it is also said to be there's a scene where appliances are being formed and the tagline, "We revealed our name." One eyewitness described it also having a creepy laugh, but other people denied it. The voiceover, according to witnesses, also said the lines of 680 quality products, 680 more affordable appliances, and "Why don't you shop around with your friends?" The commercial, according to eyewitnesses, was aired on RPN 9 during $1 Million Chance of a Lifetime, Better Home Ideas, Battle of the Brains, The Doctor Is In, and Goggle 5, where it also said to be aired along with Ansel urethane car paints, Mediplast plastic strips, RA Homevision, and Cord Epoxy. It also aired on IBC 13 during Maskman, Mask Rider Black, PTV4 during Motoring Today, Autofocus, Fun with Math, and Saturday's Spectacular Specials, where it is also said it was aired along a Durastar and a 3D electric fan commercial. The commercial was only seen from the early 90s to the early 2000s. The time frame of 1991, 1993 to 1995, and 2000. The commercial hasn't yet resurfaced to this day.
Milagro sa Porta Vaga is a 1982 Filipino religious drama film directed by Florencio Orbenta and starring late child actress Julie Vaga. It is also known that it starred Ding Jokson and Leopoldo Salcedo. The film is a true-to-life story of the miraculous Virgin of Our Lady of Solitude of Cavite City, referring to Our Lady of Porta Vaga, a religious icon depicting Our Lady of Solitude. Our Lady of Porta Vaga is said to be the oldest dated Marian painting in the Philippines and the patroness of the province of Cavite. Permanently enshrined within the diocesan shrine in San Roque Church. Tradition has it in 1667, a halo of bright light appeared to a sentry guarding the Porta Vaga and introduced herself as the Virgin Mary in a soothing voice, asking the sentry for passage, with the latter apologizing to the Virgin Mary for his irreverent act, having mistaken the Marian apparition for Muslim pirates intent on sacking the port. The following day, a painting of Our Lady of Solitude was found floating on the waters of Canyacao Bay. A shrine has since been dedicated to the image, and since then, several miracles have been ascribed to Our Lady of Porta Vaga. In 1982, many of her miracles served as an inspiration for a theatrical film starring Julie Vaga, which is one of the most popular actresses in the Philippines during the 80s. It is known that she reportedly did her role for free, as it was a religious film, likely as an act of devotion to her faith. Not much information resurfaced about the film for decades, aside from promotional posters and a mention from the book The Urine Anthology 1980 to 1989. It is also known that the Postigo family, the family of Julie Vaga, doesn't have a copy of the film. Several people and groups attempted to find the film, including the religious confraternity Confradia de la Virgen de la Soledad de Porta Vega in 2010. The confraternity attempted to locate a copy of the film to aid in promoting their devotion to Our Lady of Porta Vega for the past decade to no avail, with the confraternity saying, "Nakalulungkot isipin na wala nang makitang kopya ng natatanging pelikulang ito." Isa sa mga hinahangad o minimithi ng Confradia de la Virgen de la Soledad de Porta Vega Inc. ang makakuha ng kopya ng pelikulang ito upang makatulong sa higit na pagpalaganap ng debosyon. It is unknown if ABS-CBN's Cinema One, a cable channel airing vintage films, aired this film. According to an eyewitness, IBC 13 and RPN 9, now CNN Philippines, aired it, with IBC 13 airing it when Vega died in 1985. Another eyewitness said it aired on ABS-CBN's Cinema recently as of November 2021. Another cable channel in airing vintage films, but no further evidence was provided. On November 19, 2021, the official Facebook page of La Virgen de la Soledad de Porta Vega posted on asking people if they have a copy of the film in aid of promoting their devotion. However, the film hasn't yet resurfaced, and why it became lost is still a mystery. T.G.I.S, also known as Thank God It's Sabado, is a Filipino drama TV series aired on GMA Network. It ran from 1995 to 1999 and was aimed at younger audiences. The series tackles the problems of teenage life like friendship, love life, family problems, and typical teenage problems. The show became popular that time with GMA's rival, ABS-CBN made its own show based on the premise called Gimmick. A new cast was introduced in 1997, known as Batch 2, with the remaining Batch 1 having their own show called Growing Up, a sequel of T.G.I.S, with both shows ending in 1999. Until 2020, all episodes of T.G.I.S were believed to be lost with only scenes and low-quality cam rips existing. Teleserye Classics uploaded the episodes in 2019, albeit incomplete. He said that this was aired on a Canadian station in 2017, but it is unclear what television station carried the program. It wasn't until 2020 when GMA themselves released the episodes as part of what it calls YouTube Superstream, which as a result led to the Teleserye Classics channel getting terminated, and along with other episodes and the original soundtracks were lost. During its original run, the series has different background music. The original intro's BGM was Dyslexic Heart, while the later new intro's BGM was Walking on Sunshine. In 2004, the whole show was remastered and with different music, stock music, to avoid copyright issues. The 2004 remaster was the one GMA uploaded on YouTube, and this was aired on Fox Filipino in 2013, and on GMA's digital channel Heart of Asia in 2020. There are also music videos on the original episodes, snippets of it on the now terminated T.G.I.S Top 10 Music Videos video. There are also missing episodes between episode 7 and 26 and episode 52 titled Peachy's Birthday, with the snippet only available on T.G.I.S Top 10 Episodes video.
May nagamay sa...
Saan?
Yeah! Ayun! Ayun siya!
Hindi ko makita.
Bakit talaga?
The Isang Linggong Dilim episode or episode 56, the continuation of episode 55 was believed to be lost but was found by T.G.I.S. Thank God It's Sabado user on September 5, 2020. Albeit partially found with low quality and some audio are lost. Some users theorized that the tapes are damaged in some form and a bigger effort to remaster the said episodes is taking place. It is unknown how many the missing episodes of both seasons of T.G.I.S. With season 2, only 29 episodes were uploaded. This has the same situation as Growing Up. The series, just like its predecessor, focuses on teenage life but more on complex issues such as teenage pregnancy and premarital sex. The series had the first batch of cast members from T.G.I.S. but more were added. The series was as popular as its predecessor, but several members of the original cast left, marking the downfall of both T.G.I.S. and Growing Up. However, unlike T.G.I.S., no full episodes have resurfaced yet and only scenes and low-quality cam rips exist. T.G.I.S., Thank God It's Sabado, uploaded the final episode, albeit partially found. In 2008, YouTube user GenevRapoter001 uploaded several Growing Up episodes, but their account was later terminated. There are known Growing Up episodes from T.G.I.S. Top 10 episodes, and they are the following: Episode 2, Cruise; Episode 13, Peach's Debut; Episode 56, Beginnings and Endings; and Episode 79, All Good Things. Uncle Bob's Lucky 7 Club, later renamed as the New Uncle Bob's Lucky 7 Club after his departure, is one of the earliest children's shows for the Philippines. The show became iconic to the children that grew up in the 1960s to the 1980s. It was aired on GMA 7 every Saturday morning. It was hosted by Robert Stewart, also known as Uncle Bob. He is also known for establishing GMA Network. Regarding the show, it is known that Stewart also has two sidekick puppets, Spanky the Elephant and Pancho the Worm. Stewart is known for his catchphrase, Hot Diggity Dog, and vocables like Bum Bum Barum or Pom Param Pom. It is known that kids can write letters to Uncle Bob and they will read them on air. It also has a show and tell segment where kids are asked what are their favorite toys. Stewart also has a live TV commercial on the show where he endorses the toys of the sponsors. Advertisers include Hot Wheels, Play-Doh, Matchbox, etc. There are also memorable moments of the show recalled by eyewitness, with an eyewitness being interviewed with his brother, with them arguing about their ages, and it is said that Stewart cut straight to the commercial. It is also known that Stewart had bid goodbyes a lot in his show but not actually leaving, with a group of kids creating a farewell card for him and was thrilled as Stewart read the card on air. One of the earliest photos is from 1962. From the Philippine Herald magazine, full episodes meanwhile remained lost. Only two videos resurfaced on the web, one uploaded from 2010 and another from 2008, which is during the New Uncle Bob's Lucky 7 Club era. Stewart retired and moved back to the United States in the mid-1980s, and his son continued the show until the early 1990s. Stewart died in 2006, and it is unknown if GMA intends to release episodes of the show, let alone if they still have archival footage of the show.
The in-house channels of Sky Cable during the 1990s. iChannel is one of the most iconic and remembered in-house channels of Sky Cable in the 1990s. The channel aired cartoons, educational shows, anime, and adult-oriented series. Sources confirm that it was launched around 1992 and 1993 and went defunct in 1998. It also has two exclusive membership programs such as iClub and iWoman. Notable programs recalled by viewers included Wildcats, Wacky Races, and 321 Contact. One eyewitness recalled the Rome station ID, where the logo spins around the screen until the word channel fades in. Another known in-house channel is Sky One, but information about the channel is relatively scattered. An article from Lopez Link said that the channel mainly aired English movies, while a forum user claimed that the channel also aired movies from the Regal Films library, as well as the mere fact that iChannel and Classic 21 merged to form Sky One, which was heavily scattered around Wikipedia and Logopedia pages. Although it is confirmed that Sky One is the predecessor of what is now Cinema One, footage of the said channels never resurfaced, with only logos, print ads, and memories from people who saw it that are of public knowledge today.
Batibot, previously known as Sesame, is a Filipino educational show for children produced by Philippine Children's Television Foundation. The show aired from 1984 until 2002. Its predecessor, Sesame, was co-produced by Children's Television Workshop, now Sesame Workshop, and aired from 1983 to 1984. The show is aimed at children and educates them. The show is iconic due to the characters Pong Pagong and Kiko Matsing, which were both inspired by a Filipino fable, The Monkey and the Turtle. Sesame, its precursor, was a co-production between the Philippines Children's Television Foundation and the Children's Television Workshop with the support of the Philippine government at that time. It is a bilingual program having two languages, Filipino and English. The support of the government ended after the assassination of Benigno Aquino Jr. and the deal with CTW was cancelled. A year later, PCTF decided to produce its own show named Batibot. It was done entirely in Filipino. It is aired every weekday at 10:30 a.m. It is consistently ranked as among the top 10 daytime shows in the Philippines. The show was aired on several networks throughout the years, and in 1999, it was relaunched as Batang Batibot. The show ended in 2003. No full episodes haven't yet resurfaced. However, a lot of Batibot scenes were uploaded in YouTube, including the intro. Sesame footage, meanwhile, didn't resurface until 2017 when Ken Tinti uploaded some scenes of the show.
In 1999, for the coming millennium, networks prepared for coverage of the upcoming millennium. GMA's coverage was titled GMA Ayala Millennium Party, and on the last month of 1999, it presented itself as the Philippine partner to the Global Millennium Day broadcast, as it partnered with 2000 Today, an internationally broadcast television special headed by the BBC and WGBH, along with other international networks such as ABC and TV Asahi, among 60 other networks. It also partnered with Ayala's celebration, One with the World. The special started at 5:30 p.m. as a 25-hour-long broadcast, and it is known that it will show the millennium on other countries such as the Pacific Islands and later on the US West Coast 24 hours later. It is known that several people will perform such as Gary Valenciano, Regine Velasquez, Eraserheads, Apo Hiking Society, and more. 10 minutes before midnight, Regine Velasquez performed Written in the Sands, the official song of the coverage, along with 200 children in the roof of the Peninsula, Manila. The full 10-minute footage was lost, with only Regine Velasquez performing Written in the Sands, and the countdown to 2000 was only uploaded, and several footage from other foreign networks featuring the said footage was uploaded. That is, until 2020, when Throwback Regine Velasquez PH uploaded the full 10-minute footage on the web. Not long after, Danny Tan uploaded another 10-minute footage featuring Regine Velasquez performing Written in the Sands and on high quality. A footage of Eraserheads performing on the show was also uploaded by Schizo Archives in May 2020. However, on January 2021, Throwback Regine's channel got deleted along with the footage. Wasel Manasigan uploaded the footage, albeit cut, and only included the countdown to 2000. Philippine Television Archive co-owner and archivist The Foggy asked Danny Tan if he has the full show, and he said yes, and that he has 12 VH tapes of the show. However, it is too expensive to digitize all of them. GMA's rival ABS-CBN made its own coverage titled ABS-CBN Worldwide Celebration of the New Millennium.
The first major key point up until the last. It's 32 days to go before the ABS-CBN Worldwide Celebration of the New Millennium. Be there when it happens, only on ABS-CBN.
Sources said that ABS-CBN was reported to be a broadcast partner of the Millennium Live broadcast by the Millennium Television Network. Although 72 hours before the Millennium strike, the said international television special was cancelled after MTN has failed to obtain sufficient financing for the broadcast. ABS, meanwhile, still pushed through with their own broadcast without MTN. Live feeds of some broadcast partners of the Millennium Live special were also said to appear on the ABS broadcast. It also partnered with the UHF channel Studio 23 along with CNN, Reuters, and others that participated on the coverage. The live coverage began at 8 p.m. and said to be 24 hours. Balitang K was aired at 5 p.m. and with it the last sunset of the Millennium was broadcasted. TV Patrol Special Edition was then aired afterwards with Noli De Castro anchoring it. Updates on the Millennium preparations were hosted by Dong Puno and Corina Sanchez. The live coverage consists of the footage from Luneta, the Fort, and Quezon Memorial Circle. It is also known that Millennium footage and news from other provinces of the archipelago were aired. One of which is Expo Filipino on Clark, Pampanga, with additional news on other countries. It is also known that there was a Millennium message from then-President Joseph Estrada, a minute of prayer by kids, Philippines' first Millennium sunrise in Pusan Point in Davao, Thanksgiving Mass, and Magandang Tanghali Bayan coverage of the Millennium that had said to air the Millennium Countdown on Times Square, New York, and with hardly updates until afternoon. It is also that a few minutes after the Millennium, ABS-CBN rebranded themselves with a new station ID and a new logo. The 10-minute footage was available since 2008, uploaded by Crazy P80. A promo about the coverage from 1999 was found by Diego Kaiser on December 2020. The full rebrand, however, remains lost with only the short station ID uploaded by Pinoy journalist until 2020 when View on the Third Jojo Bailon uploaded the full logo rebrand. Still, the full coverage remains lost to this day. Other Millennium specials include ABC5's 2000 Disney World Millennium Celebration with Rufa Gutierrez as one of the hosts, Studio 23 Humanity Broadcast, which is partnered with ABS-CBN's coverage, MTV Millennium Concert that began on 6 p.m. and ended on 6 a.m., which starred Gary Vanciano, Jaya, Martin Rivera, and more. Footage of these following coverages still remain lost to this day.
RA Homevision was a video rental shop in the Philippines. Sometime in the 1990s, a commercial was made advertising the shop, which became iconic to Filipinos in the 90s. The so-called alien hand on a spaceship scene was also another key point of why the commercial became iconic. The commercial starts off with a space background and fight scene type music. The movies are displayed. Then the alien hand on the spaceship, eyewitness claim it's werewolf, gorilla, zombie hand appeared. Then, while the voiceover speaks, VHS tapes are gradually stacking like dominoes. The words, RA Homevision, your dependable home video services, are then displayed with moving squares zooming 3 times, and afterwards, a diamond moving was shown. Then, Michael Jackson performing what's said to be Smooth Criminal was shown, and then stars displayed one by one with genres inside, and then stars displayed one by one with the genres inside, drama, action, etc. VHS and Betamax tapes stacking up were shown tape sides displayed for a second, and a woman screaming in the bathroom, helicopter flying in the air, Mr. T on the ring with some saying punching a punch bag. cat catches a smurf, a circle opening on the black background, and a blurry pageant event with some saying it is a scene of the Oscars. Human hand was then shown putting a tape on a player, and the RA Homevision logo with the slogan, address, and telephone number are displayed. The voiceover, who is said to be Frankie Kakiko Evangelista, said these lines.
Looking for entertainment? Zero in and rent your favorite VHS tapes from RA Homevision, your dependable home video services, where you can find those box office hits, guaranteed top quality VHS tapes at very popular prices. We've got them: VHS thrillers, adventures, dramas, sports, cartoons, award winners. Come and bring home the excitement. Go to RA Homevision at number 5 Dion Street, Cash and Carry, Makati.
Another thing is that the alien hand and woman screaming at the bathroom scene were disturbing according to the viewers. Probably unintentional creepiness that time. Several eyewitnesses claim that they seen the commercial on IBC 13, ABC 5 during WWF, now WWE. It also aired on RPN 9 during the $1 million Chance of a Lifetime on RPN 9, which was aired alongside Encarnacion Bechaves. Some eyewitnesses claim it also aired during boxing matches on both RPN 9 and IBC 13. The commercial was seen in the mid-1990s, presumably similar to Encarnacion Bechaves' appearance time frame. Earliest mention on the internet was on 2000 and didn't mention the commercial airing that time, so presumably the commercial stopped airing before 2000. According to an eyewitness, was from a late 70s to early 80s B-movie that was aired on a now defunct UHF channel CTV 31. The eyewitness claimed it was a fight scene music. Several people created recreations, with Alianu Malik recreating the background music of the commercial. On one occasion, someone pointed out a scene from the 90s. IBC 13 show 6 o'clock news has a scene similar to the alien hand scene. However, people pointed out it is not the exact commercial, with only people remembering it, and like Encarnacion Bechaves, the commercial still remains lost to this day.
The Save Love devotion is a daily devotional prayer habit of praying one Hail Mary at 1 o'clock for one another. It is an opposite of the 3 o'clock prayer, which is praying on divine mercy. In the 1990s, a prayer habit interstitial was made similar to the 3 o'clock prayer. This meanwhile only aired in both ABC 5 and IBC 13. The interstitial is said to be creepy as the interstitial features of the Ago appropriation or Mary crying in blood. The habit starts with the 1 o'clock displayed. The wish, worship God the Father, Immaculate Heart of Mary, Sacred Heart of Jesus, Holy Spirit, and the Sacred Heart of Jesus was then shown. The Immaculate Heart of Mary was shown afterward. Different pictures of Mary are shown until the line, "Pray for us sinners now." It is then paused. Then the words, "Mama Mary leads us to Jesus," Seed Love Devotion on Apple Garamond font were shown. It is known that the pictures are the following: Guadalupe, Baclaran Church. Women pray at Baclaran Church. Crucified Jesus Christ. The infamous Ago appropriation, a crowd of Catholics, and Mary crying beside Jesus, which is speculated to be the Pita painting. A typewriter like written with the words, "Heavenly Father, with Mama Mary, we lift up to you and our brothers and sisters who are praying now," also appeared. Eyewitness claimed that it aired during Cine Classics on ABC5 and before cartoons on IBC 13 and aired during the late 1990s and early 2000s. The prayer was replaced in the early 2000s, which is available on YouTube and it's more laid back than its predecessor. It is also retains the wish segment. The commercial to this day is a mystery, remains lost. Karne ka lang sa Hazing is a name given to a certain lost Filipino anti-hazing PSA said to be aired in 1986. It is unknown what organization commissioned it, and it has been since speculated that it was commissioned by the Philippine government or even GMA Network themselves. The PSA starts with a dark room / dimly lit room that almost looks like a morgue, and someone tosses a slab of meat is thrown into the table and a 2x4 is repeatedly hitting it while a sound of someone yelling plays. Blood then splashes on the wall. Not much is known about the said PSA, and Eyewitness claimed that it aired on GMA7 during Saksi and GMA Network News. The PSA also bears a similar resemblance to another PSA, this time about child trafficking PSA, especially the first frames. The PSA still remains as a mystery and lost to this day.
OPS-PIA Rip Doll, as people call it, was a Filipino child abuse PSA aired in the late 1990s and early 2000s. The commercial is known to be unsettling and disturbing to some viewers due to its content that highlighted a visual of child abuse. The PSA features a beaten-up doll getting smashed or ripped apart in a dark background with some saying on a violet background. Other eyewitnesses claim they hear sounds of a girl crying while a male voice is shouting and beating at her, presumably her father. It is said to be aired during Studio 23 during NCAA, ABS-CBN during morning cartoons, and GMA7 during Eat Bulaga. It is aired during on morning and afternoon. An eyewitness claimed that it was aired again during the 2001 senatorial elections. According to claims, it was said to be from the Council of Welfare and Children, the same organization that made the newly found child trafficking PSA. Another eyewitness said that it was on YouTube but was removed sometime in 2016, unless if someone archived the original video or is in VHS. The PSA remains lost.
I know I covered this on the part 1 video, but there is some minor updates and I'll give a little bit more info about this commercial. Encarnacion Bechaves is a flower shop located in Manila, Philippines. In the 1990s, a commercial was made advertising the flower shop and would soon become iconic to Filipinos. The commercial became iconic due to its creepiness on one of the scenes. The commercial starts off with a shot of flowers in front of a dark background, which the camera zooms into. It fades into another scene with a couple, with the text Encarnacion Bechaves in Alex brush appearing on screen. It then continues to fade into 2 more scenes featuring flowers. This is where the scene that became iconic due to its apparent creepiness. It features a lady in a red dress with some eyewitness saying a black or a white dress facing away from the camera. The lady proceeds to turn to look at the camera, smiling. She appears to have messy hair that covered her face, with her eyes, nose, and mouth still visible, and held roses in front of her face according to an eyewitness. The camera pauses on the shot of the lady's face until ultimately fading into another screen with the logo and the addresses of the shop's 3 branches. The commercial was accompanied by a male narrator, which is said to be also the one who voiced a Phil Steele Milano and Halls Honey Lemon commercial. The voiceover said these lines:
You can make more especially with flowers from Encarnacion Bechaves. Encarnacion Bechaves, when you want to show how much you really care.
The commercial's background music was confirmed to be Shepherd Moons by Enya. Additionally, some claim that the girl in the scene was a Filipino actress, Sita Astals, while others deny her involvement with the commercial. Eyewitness said that it aired on ABC5 during WWF or WWE, RPN 9 during the $1 million Chance of a Lifetime, Indianapolis 500, and Goggle 5, and IBC 13 during Maskman, Masked Rider Black, and All-Star Wrestling. The commercial also aired during on some boxing matches. An eyewitness claimed that it aired too on GMA 7, ABS-CBN, PTV4, and aired from 1984 to 2002, but there is nothing to validate his claim. According to several accounts of viewers, the commercial happens to air after a now lost family robbing alcohol commercial, only to be followed by RA Homevision commercial, which is also lost. It was also remembered to have aired alongside a Ansel urethane car paints commercial, which is available online. The commercial was aired on the 1990s until the early 2000s, with a time frame of 1995 to 1998 and 2000 to 2004. In 2004, one user from the Pinoy Exchange Forum states that the commercial rarely aired during an award night. One user claims that the commercial is oddly made, presumably it was made in the 80s. The earliest sighting of the web in the internet was traced back to 2000, where the commercial is still airing. One user even commented that the commercial is used for a decade now and it's still not being changed, which states that the commercial probably first aired in the early 1990s. Since then, several people mentioned the ad on the internet, especially the Pinoy Exchange forums, not until 2018 when several users mentioned the commercial on the Facebook group, the Spooky Advertisements group, and popularized the ad. Since then, mentions and search efforts of it skyrocketed. On 2017, Manuel Cordero made an audio recreation of it with several people remembering the commercial on the comments. However, with the search efforts and mentions, the commercial is yet to be uploaded to this day.